everybody, welcome to YouTube's favorite underground climbing channel. So today we have climbing fails, which is basically, if you're new to this, we find the best climbing fails that people have sent me and other ones I've seen on the internet, and we review them and we try to learn the easy way instead of the hard way like they did. So let's just hop right into it. Oh, first I have to let you know that I actually found who the person is that's disliking, that one person that dislikes my videos. I found out who they are. Safety or wherever the heck is going on, and it's much better than pulling her up from her neck or anything like that. So yeah.
Nowadays, well.
All right, let's just hop right into it.
I don't know. Is there a way to get down once we?
This guy's a champion.
All right.
Ask me how I know.
I don't like this.
Okay, first off,
Put your leg around it.
I don't know what's going on with this like atria daisy chain connected to what? There's a beaner, and then there's some ATC that's hanging off that thing, and then that's connected to him. And then what is that connected to? I have no idea. So I mean, I guess that's just what's keeping the cameraman connected, but I don't know where it's going. It's going up to who knows what. It looks like it's just girth hitched onto the rope. So what is this guy that's filming connected to? Nobody knows. I mean, if that's what he's connected to. Let's just watch the rest of it.
All right, there he goes out of the cave.
Questionable, really questionable.
Oh, it's raining on me.
Oh.
You okay?
Oh, he's still alive. He says he's okay, so. Let's watch the slow-mo here. Okay. Let's rewind it and try to go frame by frame to break down what I think happened here. All right. So the Grigri's fully weighted, and then if we go a couple frames this way, we see that the Grigri pops down. This is showing that something with the anchor happened. Okay, so it's weighted, and then the anchor popped loose and popped down. So something at the anchor popped, and if we keep on watching, the rope is still there. So what that's telling me is that his anchor system wasn't equalized, but was redundant. So let's say he was tied in over here, all the weight's over here, but then he's got another piece over here. Okay, if this one blows, it falls down and then yanks on this one. Now what happens is, this piece blows, he takes the fall, and then he death grips the Grigri because he's falling. So as soon as that other piece catches and his rope gets taut again, he's already pulling as hard as he can the Grigri, so then he falls down the rest of the way. So that's my analysis on this video. That must be what happened. And he's also not wearing a helmet, but apparently he's okay. And I think the reason he's okay is because he just, after he gets out of frame, he probably just repels extremely fast all the way to wherever he went, but I don't think he was in a free fall. I mean, that's my guess. I don't know. I don't have any more. If you have any more information on this video, I couldn't get anything else on it, but that's my analysis on this one. Pretty crazy one, huh? Next clip. So I just wanted to show you guys how it was conceived. But besides that, they're not wearing helmets. Okay, this clip, this is basically how where I was raised here, okay, by these guys. This is how I was raised. All right, all jokes aside, we could actually learn something by the way this guy is going up this rock here. Let's rewind it a bit here. Now, some people, if they're brand new to climbing, if they're introduced to this like slab-like climbing, like this guy's climbing, they're gonna actually try to climb the rock with the same angle that the rock is going, like this. And that's not the way gravity works. You want when you want to climb up something like this, you actually want to be, you want your center of gravity coming straight down on the plane like this. You don't want to be climbing at an angle like this because then you could slip down and slide. So this guy, the way he's walking up this thing is he's just got his center of gravity pushing right down the rock and he's making his way right up it. With this guy, he's probably trying to crawl up it like a snake. So that's a little bit of a slab climbing technique on some steep terrain there. Pretty funny. No helmet. But those guys, they probably train. They probably whack rocks up against their head and their head's probably as hard as the rock, right? Next clip. Oh, man. Okay. So what happens here, this one I was actually I was able to find a backstory to it. So he's climbing up on this 510 and he's got that piece right next to his hip right there. And he's taken a couple falls already on this crux. But the thing is, there's a quick link on that bolt. So it's not trad, it's bolted. And he's got a quick link on, someone's got a quick link on it because they decided they had to bail off of it. So some people, they put quick links and then rappel off the quick link, which is pretty dangerous because if the bolt pops, then you're dead. You know, if you have to get off a climb and retreat, there are some techniques. I might show them, but they're risky. If I ever had all my gear in there and I had to bail, what I usually do is I hike over to the top of the climb. If it's just a 1-pitch climb like this is, or 2-pitch, or 3-pitch, if I left enough gear in there and I had to bail, I'd hike to the top, I'd rappel down and clean it like that. But anyway, well, there's a big story behind that, but that's a whole nother, that's a video for a whole other day. But basically, they had a quick link in there, and what he says is that because there's a quick link and his quick draw was on top of the beaner, that it caused something weird to happen and actually snapped his beaner. So he says in hindsight, it'd be better if he, maybe just clipped into the quick link or something. I don't know exactly what would cause that beaner to snap just because you're on top of the quick link. I guess there might be some shock loading if the quick link pops out from under and then the beaner snaps back down, or if the quick link causes some kind of bending action on the aluminum carabiner. If you're worried about something like this happening on a crux section and you're going to be taking a bunch of falls, what you could do is use bigger beaners, maybe like 2 lockers, or aluminum. You can't really bend aluminum, much, but steel is different, and they sell steel beaners. You could bend a steel beaner. You're probably never going to break a steel beaner. A big heavy-duty steel beaner like this big heavy-duty steel beaner, I don't think you're ever breaking this thing. I actually wore out, I don't know what the heck is the rating on this thing, but you ain't breaking that thing. So yeah, you could, if you had a section that you're gonna be projecting or something, you're gonna be falling again and again and again, you could use two bigger, locking beaners that are steel. But then now you're worried about how many times can you fall on the hanger. And sometimes I question myself, I question sport routes like this, how many times has this hanger been fallen on, This is the kind of stuff that makes you question in life. But he's okay. If it was closer to the ground, he probably would have been seriously injured if that piece popped. So the question is, should sport climbers use heavier duty beaners at the bottom maybe the bottom 3 pieces, and then nobody does that, but maybe that would be a safer choice to do. Maybe if you use heavier, more bomber beaners at the bottom, and as you go up you can start using the lighter beaners. Nobody does that, but hey, that's a good idea. Maybe. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Before I get to the next clip, I just want to show you this image here. This is another way that quick draws could fail. Now this has killed people before, believe it or not. They go to they got all this shiny gear and they want to keep it clean, and then they wash it, and then they go to put it back together and they put it back together wrong. And you see here on the image on the left, that's correct, and then the image on the right, they think they clipped in, but the loop is actually down there. And then here's another case where they just clip into the piece of rubber. These are just pieces of rubber that they ended up clipping into, and they don't actually clip into the actual sling they take the fall and they die. That's happened before. So you want to make sure your quick draw is in good condition. You don't got cracks in it or whatever. It's not messed up. Another thing with quick draws is if you want one side always clipped into the hanger part and one side on the rope, because the hanger can mess up your beaner and put little burrs in it, and that if you switch it around all the time, then you could end up, those burrs could end up cutting your rope, messing your rope up. That's what they, that's what people say. So you always want to, it's always a good idea to take a look at your gear before you go put your life on it. So good inspecting is a good habit. We got a swing here. Oh! Man, look like he broke his back on that. Believe it or not, stuff like this happens pretty often. People don't realize how much a dynamic rope could like stretch. And this guy, I don't know if he's just not using a dynamic, maybe he's using a dynamic rope and he didn't, realize how much it's gonna stretch. It's kind of like hard to figure out this whole deal here. I think if I was gonna set up a system like this, I would like put my body weight in a bag first and have the bag take the ride before I did. And then I'd be like, all right, well, if the bag clears that ledge by like 10 foot, then I think I'd be all right. You should probably test things out before you just, things should be the test dummy before you're the test dummy. You don't want to be the test dummy. I mean, I'll show you another clip of where some people, there's a famous swing in Utah, and people have actually just swung right to the ground before. I actually have a clip of it. Let me show you. Okay, right here it is right here. This guy just hits the ground. Okay, he doesn't hit the ground. Did you guys really want to see him hit the ground? You guys are sick. But actually, in reality, that's the actual spot where some guy had the rope way too long and actually hit the ground. But yeah, that stuff happens. It's crazy. All right, let's see what's going on in the great indoors again here. Oh. What the heck? Okay, so let's rewind it. I like right here how he looks up at his belayer like, how could you have done this to me? I trusted you. So I found this on Instagram. This guy says it's his first time leading. And if you're gonna be leading for the first time, you better have a belayer that knows what the hell they're doing. You don't want a first time belayer and a first time leader. That just sounds like a really bad mix. I don't know if that's the case here, but let's slow it down and go frame by frame exactly what happened. Okay, so he's hanging up on this jug, so he might be in a good spot to clip. He could have been lower in clipped, and it looks like there's a clip right by his hip that he could have clipped into. So, an argument could have been made that he could have already clipped to something a little bit higher. He doesn't have to be this high. Okay, let's play it. All right. He's now hanging by one arm and the rope's between his legs. Common newbie mistake. You don't want the rope between your legs. That's probably like almost every single fails episode I have. It's because some rope is between some guy's leg. So yeah, you don't want the rope between your leg. It should have been over his leg. Okay, now he's realized he's completely failed. And what is his belayer doing? His belayer is off looking somewhere else while the other people seem to be watching him. So it's at this moment, the most crucial time in this guy's life where he's gonna be making a clip. The most crucial time where the belayer should be watching what the climber's doing. That's this guy's perfect opportunity to just not look. Now it comes raining down, and the belayer does an excellent job of dodging his friend, and he slaps the ground. Okay, so the belayer wasn't watching. The belayer could have been closer to the rock wall. It's easier to get pulled sideways than it is up, so you want to be standing closer to the wall so that the guy's weight has to pull you up instead of just sideways and up, so there's less slack. But I mean, all in all, this mostly had, first of all, why does this rock gym have like a marble floor? Look, that floor looks really hard. But yeah, all in all, the belayer, I would say mostly the belayer's fault. The belayer should be better than, if it's your first time leading, the belayer should be way better than you. You should be saying, hey, clip that quick draw now instead of later. Hey, you know, and then standing over, he should be standing close to the wall. He should be watching you like a hawk. He should be telling you what to do, where the next move should be. So, you know, I think this is a newbie and newbie duo. Perfect combination. So yeah, that's what happened in this video. Okay, so we're gonna try something new here on Climbing Fails. I got a couple photos and I want you to try to analyze them yourself real quick. You can pause the video and then write what you think is going on, and then you could unpause the video or something, and then I'll try to give you my analyze. I'll try to analyze it myself. Okay, so you can pause it now, write down something. I got like 3 images, so go ahead. All right, I think you paused it and you've written something down or took a look at it, and maybe you haven't noticed what's going on, or maybe you're just as confused as other people. So first off, this guy looks like he has a serious case of jaundice, because look at the yellow in his face. But besides that, what I think is happening here is he's trying to have his belay device extended. So he's got this locking beaner up here, and then that's going to who knows where. Another locking beaner that's probably going into his harness. This blue non-locker, I don't know what that's doing. Now he's got his rope that he's rappelling on, and he's rappelling on one single line, and then he's got what's, I guess, some kind of auto-blocking Prusik here, so that he could go hands off, which he's showing off with his hand. But what's going on with this second rope? You know, if he's using ATC and rappelling on 2 lines, that should be inside the ATC as well. But what I think is going on is this green one is actually his tag line, and he's just rappelling on this one, and then he's gonna pull down the tag line with this one. It's sort of like in my Mr. Clean video, but there's no reason that he should have both those going through his auto blocking Prusik, and his Prusik's not cleaned up very well. Pretty confusing picture for most people. It's just kind of messy. I think, you know, he shouldn't have both those lines in there. But if you know what's going on, I don't know what's going on, but I'm guessing that that's just his tagline, then it should be all right. If that's not his tagline, he's supposed to be repelling on both lines, then yeah, that's a serious hazard right there. All right, next photo. Okay, go ahead and analyze this one. All right, you done analyzing? All right, so this is a complete cluster. I think he's trying to attempt a 3-point anchor system. Now, let's just take a look at it and break it down a little bit. This top piece, let's say the top piece, which I'm guessing most of the force would generate on if you took a fall, would be right there. His top piece blows. His piece to the left, which is also a nut, right now that's set up so it has a direction of pull of up. So as soon as this top piece pops and then it's getting pulled down, which means that this left piece is now going to get pulled down, that means that the top piece and the bottom piece on the left are both completely worthless, because this is just a directional. And then he's got a whole bunch of clove hitches tied into this, into some giant beaner, and then he's got one piece. So my guess is if this top piece blew, the bottom piece to the left wouldn't be worth nothing, and then you'd just be relying on the right piece. So, and then the angles that are all going on here, everything here is showing incompetence. So this is not the way you want to build an anchor system. Nothing is equalized. Really, everything is just being relied on the top piece, and the left piece has nothing to do with redundancy, because it'd be worthless if the top piece blew, because it's just a directional, and then you just be relying on the right piece. Complete mess. Not the way you want to do it. Okay, probably the most important part of this whole episode. You should be able to look at this scene and know exactly what the hazard is. Okay, if you're new, This is what you got to look out for at the crag all the time, on yourself, on anybody that's climbing around. This is what you have to look out for, because this happens and this kills people. So this person right here, they decided to put their figure 8 on and not finish the knot. So it's just fed right through there. It's not even tied in. Now this photographer, they're just looks like they're advertising some kind of CBD oil or something. But let's say the photographer has no idea what he's doing. He's not a climber. Let's say he's just taking a photo of this person that does know what they're doing. And then they decide to go, the photographer says, okay, can you just go up on the rock there, climb up maybe like 20 feet so we get some photos. And then the person sits back and then they just fall, that just knot falls right out of their harness and the person's dead. Okay, that stuff like that happens. If you go to put in your knot, you finish it, and then you always double check, and you will have to make sure, you have to see if someone's knot is tied like this. The figure 8's tied in correctly or not like that at all. So yeah, huge hazard you have to watch out for when climbing. This is a real important one. Okay, so that about sums it up. All right, everybody, that about sums it up for today's episode. Let me know what you think. Oh, thank you guys all for buying t-shirts and entering that contest. It's been crazy to see all your support and everything. But we have a winner. Derek Atwood has won the Taslov 2, and I sent it out to him. It should be getting there. If I post this up on Saturday, then he should be getting it today. So I don't have a photo of him getting it yet, but I told him about it. It's coming to him. So pretty cool. Obviously, this channel is all about giving back to the community and teaching people things that I've learned over I've been climbing since, I had a harness on since I was 2. So I mean, just all my years of experience, and that's all this channel's about. So I really appreciate all the support, and obviously want to keep doing that and keep giving back to the community, giving back to you guys when I can. So I mean, next time I'll probably do something just like this, but I'd like to make it a little bit more accessible to you guys. So maybe I'll do like stickers or something, but I'll keep on doing it, keep on sending you stuff out to you guys when I can. And that's about it. Thank you guys for supporting me through this crazy ride. It's been a crazy couple years of growing this channel, but it's been a lot of fun. So Josh Perry, climbing out of here.